What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology retold action. In the left-hand corner of the map, playing as the green Ra player, his name is Chasing the Sun. His opponent today, in the red color, playing as Nuwa. Or is it No Way? I don't know, but his name is Tunison. And yes, this is a spicy casted game from the ladder. Looking forward to watching Tunison play. He is an incredibly strong RTS player in his own right. Always love watching him get some things done in his games, and we'll see how he's going to go here as he's dropping down the silo and everything else. Didn't get the best of spawns. Generally, you really benefit as China with basically having how do I put it? With having a straggler tree close to your gold mine, or being able to share your silo with some wood, so that your Quaofu doesn't have to walk as much. That's generally where you get the best sort of situation, right? Nonetheless, we'll see how this game is going to go as Chasing the Sun here. What's he going for? He's getting himself early pickaxes. He is Ra. Let's take a quick look at the map and see if we can figure out if there's anything spicy, any spicy potential for the early stages of this game. Relics here on the map. We do have Trojan Gate Hinge. For those of you looking at this relic saying, you know what, 40% extra on walls, that's not that big of a deal. It really is. It really is. Especially on a map like this where you are going to be wanting to throw walls down like here, up here. You can absolutely shut down any sort of early spearman shenanigans or early chillin raids. All of that stuff just with an extra 40% HP on those walls. Puts the walls from like 500 HP up to like 900 or something. Not 900, 750 or something, right? No, closer to 900. I don't know. It puts them up quite a way. 750, something like that. So it is a very, very nice one, as we are going to be seeing Tunison now dropping his temple at the front. And this is the thing. This is why it's so much better to have that straggler tree. Obviously, you don't get to choose if you get a straggler tree or not. I mean, he could have put he actually could have put, wait, let me have a look. Can I put a granary down? He could have gone for a silo like this and then long distance chopped to the wood line over here and then had it on the corner, and that would have been completely fine. Less walking time for the Quaofu there, but nonetheless, that's the big thing. There's just so much walking time, and really what you want to do with any sort of build order, and we are seeing this kind of from what Chasing the Sun's done, is you want to limit walking time as much as you possibly can. Nonetheless, we are actually going to be seeing Chasing the Sun going for Bast. Now, Bast has got two very, very powerful ideas. Powerful idea number one, and both of these require extra monuments, by the way. Powerful idea number one is you make 2 monuments, and you're going to make some Sphinx, and you're going to be raiding with those Sphinx. Now, I think on a map like Alfheim where you can wall up, it's not going to be the best of ideas. But you can definitely go for it, and you can try and put some heavy pressure onto a second town center or something like that and see if you can make that happen. Ula's bow over here is another really, really nice relic there. Up onto this side, we've got the Scarab Pendant. And then finally, the other really strong idea, which I think a lot of Ra players forget, this is a strategic decision you can go for. Mass rain. Now, it's not about rushing for farms. That's not what it's about. It's about securing your food, eating your food, and then when you rain, well, when you build farms, then you rain. And when you have also access to this technology in the granary, as Bast now pops, Sacred Cats, when you have access to that, all of a sudden, your food income is just so nice. Nonetheless, Chasing the Sun going to be making his way up to this top town center. This is not the best town center in the world. Hunt in the middle here. Berries over here. Nothing behind Chasing the Sun here. He does have a gold mine here, which is nice. But you don't really need that gold mine at this stage of the game. You actually really need the food income. Now, there is back food behind here as well that can be grabbed. Is that known, though? It's not known. It is known for Tunison, but not for Chasing the Sun. Chasing the Sun did do a little bit of cow scouting back here, but he missed that food. Nonetheless, it will be a town center on the front for Tunison. And a town center on the back here for Chasing the Sun. So, very close to each other, which does mean that Chasing the Sun, if he can get away with eating, say, these berries, or eating, say, these aurochs, without needing too much defense, if he can get away with this, then he's going to be able to launch off of his... how do I put this? He's going to be able to launch off of this town center and put a massive attack onto this position. Now, Tunison as well, he can actually do this with his bloody wall thing. He can move forward, drop the wall like this, drag the aurochs into this position here as well, eat them here, and go from that position. That could be really, really strong. Thank you so much for the Prime Moose! AOM Moose. Content creator extraordinaire. All around nice guy. I learnt the other day that he is indeed British. I say learnt like I didn't know from his accent, but anyways, it's fine. He's competing in Athenian League as well. Is it going okay? Are you winning? Are we winning? Athenian League going well? Okay, anyways. Villagers needing to get pulled back here as the Sphinx is finding a little bit of early game harassment here as a villager might go down. Almost. Good control from Chasing the Sun, but not quite able to make it happen there as the Sphinx is going to be pulling up to the top right-hand corner. There is going to be a Pioneer over here. And with only 38 HP, the villagers here can simply just turn around and shank if need be, as the Pioneer here is in, and that's going to be a dead Sphinx. However, Tunison opting to not build any units here early on means Chasing the Sun has gotten away with not getting punished for being on this position, for being out in the middle of the map here, for getting these walls down. All of this stuff Chasing the Sun is just taking because Tunison is playing an incredibly slow defensive game. Now, he is playing Noir, and he is playing against Ra. Both of these gods are quote-unquote defensive gods. But just because you're playing a defensive god does not mean that you have to play this obnoxiously defensive. But we'll see how these players are going to come up with it at this point. There is going to be a marker coming up over here for Chasing the Sun. So he will be already going up through segment, and you can see this is sort of the point, is that if you get away with like a naked fast heroic with Ra, you will be in the heroic age many seconds, a minute or two in front of the Chinese player who's going for a similar sort of idea. Why? Well, Chinese player sort of needs to make these Quaofu, and Quaofu take a little bit longer to pay off than, say, a peasant. If you go for 0 Quaofu, you might be able to get a sort of competitive heroic age in, but your economy is going to be in a complete shambles. But we're also seeing farms have come down for Tunison. He is, realistically, Chasing the Sun should be able to hit a ridiculous timing right now onto Tunison, as the relics are now coming through. And we'll see how things are going to go. Hello there, Sammy Shimmers. Who's just saying going well so far, but no spoilers. Okay. Spoil me later then. Meanwhile, entirety of the map slowly getting walled up here. There is, unfortunately, a little hole in this wall. Chasing the Sun kind of missing on that one, but segment now in. Migdal Strong will come down right here if he wants to. It's a little bit dangerous. Now, if I'm Tunison here, I'm thinking, as I'm going Gong Gong, drop with these Quaofu heroes, get me or give me an archery range or a machine workshop, or 2 machine workshops. And then we're going to start pumping out those bolt dudes. That's a technical term. Those yeah, you know what they're called. Nonetheless, we are going to be seeing those extra blast upgrades coming through for Chasing the Sun. He does have 2 upgrades or 2 monuments now, which I think is good. And he will be able to actually go for this farm idea that I think that always going to spend his favor elsewhere. But either way, farm spamming into mass rains here is going to be really, really strong. As Chasing the Sun's siege works now coming up. Chariot Archers coming through as well for Chasing the Sun, as he is now grabbing himself the Force of the West Wind in With the priest empowering it, it's not as fast as if the pharaoh's empowering, but still, it's only 62 seconds on this one. It's normally 90 seconds. So it will come through very, very quickly, and then the siege is going to be hitting brutally. Meanwhile, on the other hand here, Tunison's resources are through the roof. At the moment here, he hasn't really spent on anything. He's absolutely naked in terms of everything. The Tunison ballet now coming up. And funnily enough, I feel like had Chasing the Sun just gone 2 or 3 siege works, right, or 2 or 3 siege towers right away with this priest empowering it as well, and a whole bunch of chariots, he probably would be able to roll in right now and knock this ballet down rather than going straight in for the force of the West Wind. But nonetheless, we are seeing Chasing the Sun looking for little bits of pressure right now as the chariot archers coming through. He can snipe off some pioneers here. He can go after some peasants. Does he have himself his upgrade in? He does not yet have either bone bow or ballistics, both of which are very, very important for this specific situation. Raiding here as the Chongqi going to be cleaning up obelisks on the bottom side of the map. A cheeky little granary coming through here for Chasing the Sun. Will get spotted by Tunison as he's looking for just little bits of damage. The priest over here as well can turn and start getting some serious damage onto that Chongqi. Got to be careful. Meanwhile, chariots into the main base here. Kind of getting caught out. We will be seeing a cheeky little earth wall getting dropped down, and that will actually help Tunison clean up these villages as well for Chasing the Sun. Oh my god, I am a little bit sick here, unfortunately. I got a blocked nose and it's just killing me. But nonetheless, catapult now in, slowly starting to siege down the ballet here as as Tunison is kind of in a bit of a rough spot here. On the other hand, Chasing the Sun also in a bit of a rough spot. He needs to get these farms down, click rain. His food income is hurting here, and you can see that he's actually missing villages, which is not what you want at all. As the Tower comes through, that will be able to deal with one catapult here. A little bit of missed micro from Chasing the Sun, and he will be ending up losing that one. As those chariot archers coming up to the top side, we will be seeing the catapults coming through. Another one to try and take out this position, but now the siege crossbow is in, and Chasing the Sun doesn't really have the best answer for siege crossbows at the moment. He actually needs some camel riders or something like that. Floating 1,000 gold, not the best thing in the world to be doing at this point, but also on the other side, Tunison floating nearly 2,400 resources. He has 2,500 resources here. He looks like he's trying to get to the Mythic Age, which might be a good idea, but also there's this siege here, so can he just survive? I think he might lose the entirety of this base before he even gets to the Mythic Age. As Chasing the Sun can think about just wandering forward, dropping a Migdol over here, or something like that, and start charging into start taking down this position. The watchtower's coming in, houses coming up. Chasing the Sun is in a fantastic position right now. He just needs to be quick. He needs to go fast. He needs to lock this position. Maybe not even a Migdol. Maybe just towers here would be an idea. As the catapults moving forward here. Only a handful of those white horse cavalry are out for Tunison. As the catapult's now charging to take down the ballet in this position. A rain now comes down for Chasing the Sun. He's got 17 villages on food at the moment. Not a lot. The ballet will end up falling. White horse cavalry coming forward to try and deal with this, slow this all down. Meanwhile, onto the back position, some clay peasants coming in. These guys don't do that much damage. The priests here cleaning up the Chongqi. Tunison knows what he's doing. He's trying to delay here. Some priests healing these catapults would be absolutely gigantic, but Chasing the Sun does not go for it. He loses 3 catapults in that moment. And now, with draft horses actually coming through, Chasing the Sun has not managed to deny this Mythic Age. He was close, but losing those catapults too much. Villagers getting sniped down into this position. It's not going to be the end of the world here for Tunison to get to the Mythic Age in this point. But Chasing the Sun needs to start thinking about where to next. A third town center is a good idea. More farms, another rain, barracks, spearmen, Horus. He needs all of that to start dealing with what's about to come for him, because will be those incredibly powerful Tiger Cavalry coming very, very quickly here. The problem, though, for Tunison, even though he's equal on villagers, is his food income is incredibly bad right now. He's only got 13 villagers on food. He's only got himself... Well, he's got 14 farms. Not sure. Well, these farms aren't getting grabbed. So it takes 7. So he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 farms. Which means he needs to spare out a bunch more. He does have the wood for it, but Tunison is going to really struggle to get these Tiger Cavalry out in this game. Meanwhile, more Camel Riders coming through. Chasing the Sun is... He's missing houses, I think. Is he? Hello? No. 180 is not... It's not quite right. Ah, there they are. He's missing farms on the front. He's building not farms, houses on the front for some reason. As a second rain now coming through. And that will help boost up this food income monumentally, as the Qinglong coming through, getting tiny bits of damage onto those Camel Riders. As for the time being here, Chasing the Sun actually deciding to go for Camel Rider instead of Spearman. It's a little bit dangerous, because you're teching into these Camel Riders rather than teching directly into Spearmen. So Spearmen are going to be the better option against like the Tiger Cav, because they don't do any bonus damage versus Spearmen, and Spearmen have got high hack armor. They're also cheaper than the Camel Riders as well. But in tacking into Camel Riders, it means that your opponent here can just keep spamming these Tiger Cav. You don't force them to do something else. So it's going to be tough here if Tunison can stabilize. As it's looking like the plan for Chasing the Sun right now is, he says, I've done enough damage. Let's go to the Mythic Age ourselves. He's still building these catapult. Actually, no. Is he going for the town center? It looks like he's going for the town center here. There are farms on this spot that he can steal. And he still has catapults sieging in here. And the speed at which Tunison is creating units is just not that much. He is struggling a little bit here. As the ballet for Tunison about to fall. And there comes the big fat tidal wave, but it doesn't pull all the army. Will he get all of these units in the Great Flood? It looks like most of these will end up falling. There is the big what's this called? Forest protection thing here that's going to be making life very, very challenging on this position. But the Qinglong coming up to the top side. We will see the priest getting sniped. Some sentry towers coming up here for Chasing the Sun. But this is the thing right now. The problem for Chasing the Sun, again, is now that he's lost these units to this god power, I mean, either he's got to get some value back with his own Mythic Age god power, or two, he just needs to spam out an army. And spamming out an army of these Camel Riders is just not going to cut it. It just takes too long, and he's missing that production. What has he got? 3 Migdol strongholds at the moment. No barracks. He does have to deal with these Qinglong, though. Another option is to spam watchtowers, get them up to Baluster Tower with crenellations. That can be a nice answer for the Tiger Cav as well. As those Tiger Cav absolutely annihilating the Camel Riders with the help of the Qinglong, and Chasing the Sun maybe fighting, forcing the fight just a little bit too much at the moment. He's also starting a gigantic trade route. How is he going? How is he doing this? He's going 3 markets here up to this front town center. A very, very poor trade route, but he is spamming it out. Is he running out of gold? Not really. He's got plenty of gold mines for the time being. He's just trying to push that economy forward in this game, as Tunison is just getting really good trades right now. These heavy Tiger Cav are just getting really, really good trades here. As Tunison has to pull back into his main base. It's still, like, I mean, resource-wise, army value-wise, Chasing the Sun does have a much better position here. But he is attacking two separate positions at once, which is allowing Tunison little bits of movement, I guess. As the fortified town center slowly going down over here. But the Qinglong come through, getting that damage done. And Chasing the Sun now pulling out of this position and pushing in over onto this spot, trying to take out the fortified town center here with only camel riders. Might not be something that's quite possible here. He's grabbing the town center on the front now. It's going to be 4 town centers to 2 town centers. There's the Tiger Cab coming up to the top side. Migdol Stronghold presence here too much, and the camel and the Tiger Cab have to pull away back into the main base. Over onto this side, more villagers getting sniped down. The ballet over here does end up completing. And Chasing the Sun, he's just throwing away so many units here. And I think if this trade route was maybe in the market up the top or something, and he's actually stopped the trade caravans for the time being. If it was up the top, that'd be get him a lot more resources, be in an okay position. He's got so much wood income as well. He's slowly throwing this position away, even though he's got full control of the map, mostly 4 to 2 TCs. Even though he's got all of that, it's the constant throwing of units away that is allowing Tunison to now take the score lead. I wouldn't say that Tunison's got more income than Chasing the Sun. I wouldn't say that Tunison is in a better spot than Chasing the Sun, but it's just the constant loss of units here. As Chasing the Sun still trying to deny this gold mine. There is a gold mine on the back here. 4,000 gold remaining. That's the only gold mine right now that Tunison's got. So Chasing the Sun here has got the right idea. If he can charge in here and just plop a Migdol down or towers or something on this position, it could completely change the way this game is going to turn out. But he's still struggling to kind of lock Tunison off here. As a forest protection gets dropped down, villagers getting sniped. Catapults slowly getting damage done here as well. Does he have more catapult coming out? Answer is no. The villagers popping out yet again as the camel riders immediately targeting those down. A huge amount of villager losses here. You also have to remember that this is Noir, so losing villagers at this point, not the biggest of deals. Those peasants are costing 25 food, I believe. Is that right? 20 food, not 25 food, 20 food. Costing 20 food at the moment, so training villagers is not really a strain on the food economy for Tunison in the slightest. Obviously, losing them isn't ideal because he wants them to be gathering, but nonetheless, now Chasing the Sun has lost even more units. He's trying to push in onto this side yet again, but the Qinglongs are over here. There are a couple of priests, but I mean, you need these priests to be working hard, and they are not working hard at all as they get pushed back. All the chariot archers falling. There's a Tiger Cab on this side. Will get taken out by those camel riders, but with the help of the ballets, it looks like the camel riders will all fall. And the game to continue along here as another rain coming through. We were talking about how good of a strategy this is, how boosted this can help your economy. Part of the reason it's really good is you want to go into heavy food spending strategies, and the camel riders, 3 population, 50 food. It's not the same as a spearman. If you do this and you spam spearman, and you can feel great, absolutely great. But you do this and you spam camel riders, it's not as good. Spamming elephants here, if you were to be spamming elephants, I wouldn't recommend it against the Tiger Cab, but if you were making elephants, much better use of that boosted food. And then you won't need as many villagers on gold either. You can put more on food and you can get more value from the rains. So the Qinglong yet again getting good value over here, holding this position. Tunison now able to break through, kills the Migdol stronghold off with the help of 5 siege crossbows. He can now move forward and grab this gold mine no problems, as he's slowly going to be able to start pushing Chasing the Sun back. Chasing the Sun now bringing in a Pharaoh to try and help out. He's been unable to get to the Mythic Age at all in this position. And the other thing here is now, Tunison says, well, your town said, what are you doing to defend this? Tunison doesn't need the top side of the map. He can just be happy on the bottom side of the map. He can kill this town center. He's going to deny the trade route. So town center goes down, or is about to go down. A couple of mercenary coming through, but that's not going to do anything here. Town center goes down, and now Tunison can just wander forward, grab this position, and call it a day. Up to the top here, Chasing the Sun, pulling back, losing units left, right, and center. And what else can Chasing the Sun do now? He's behind on tech. He's behind on military. He's almost behind on economy as well. Probably is, considering how many Quaofu are there. There's only 4 Quaofu. It's not that big of a deal. And they're moving forward to grab a town center at the moment. It's the catapult yet again. Rolling through here. Trying to take this position down. These are just watchtowers. So watchtowers versus the heavily armored Mythic Age heavy Tiger Cavalry. Not going to be doing a huge amount of damage to these Tiger Cavalry. You need to upgrade them up to like baluster towers for them to start feeling like they're doing something, really. It's kind of like sending chariot archers in to try and deal with Tiger Cavalry. It does not work. And meanwhile, into the main base, heavy Tiger Cavalry kind of sucking themselves a little bit too hard here as the houses are starting to go down. Town center about to finish here for Tunison. He's got 44 villages on food. He's got enough villages on gold to sustain the Tiger Cavalry spammage. He's now got champion Tiger Cavalry. He's got all the upgrades for them as well. Just missing his iron armor and iron weapons, and he will be fully upgraded into this into these units as the Qinglong flying over here to try and deal with this. Pharaohs come over here, sniping down the dragons. First big misplay here from, well, not the first big misplay, but a big misplay here from Tunison to charge in to that Pharaoh, but it will go down very, very quickly as he pulls back. Nope, still kicking. Nope, and now he's down. It's kind of the hard part about dealing with the Qinglong is he can just run forward or fly forward, use his special, fly back, wait it out, move forward, special, fly back, wait it out. And you're stuck there as the Egyptian player going, how do I kill this? Well, a lot of priests. A lot of priests is very, very important. As they come back in, huge damage coming through. The priests do manage to get just a little bit of damage done. You can also target down the Qinglongs with your chariot archers as well. They've only got 62% pierce armor, 600 HP. It's not that much. You can definitely snipe them down with those chariot archers. Not a big problem. As another rain to come through here for Chasing the Sun, but still not a single barracks for either play. Not a single barracks. But the scary champion Tiger Cavalry army has now been constructed. 7.2k military resource value at the moment for Tunison. Chasing the Sun still trying to break through on this top side. He's getting the walls set up. He will have the catapult to roll in here to start taking down the town center yet again. Can the Tiger Cavalry attack it? No, they cannot. And another creation coming through as that catapult pulls back and does end up getting taken down there. That's a big spend. 75 favor or something on that. As the main base of Chasing the Sun starting to go down here. Camel caravans getting sniped up. Siege crossbows cleaning this position. Another earth wall to come down to add insult to injury. And Chasing the Sun says, that's enough. Let me out. And that's the game. A well-played game there from both players. I mean, Chasing the Sun played such a good early game here, he just didn't quite convert. He had all the advantage in the world. You can see that he had all the advantage in the world. Look at the resource difference. It's not even close. But the constant throwing of units away here from chasing the sun allows Tunison to find the wind here. And I think a lot of that, you can point to a million things, but I think a lot of it was just camel riders over spearmen in this specific instance. When would you want to go camel riders against China? Maybe if the Chinese player is staying in the heroic age, you can go camel riders to try and deal with those horse cavalry. But against these elite tiger cavalry, I think you have to go spearmen. I don't think you have much of a choice unless you're going Sobek, Osiris quickly, and you have like fully upgraded camel riders. Maybe those are okay, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think spearmen are your best bet, but Tunison gets the dub. Shows how good he can be under pressure. But a well-played game from both players. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the follow button. If you're on the Twitch, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.